Now, you go back to the Hebrew Scriptures, or what most people call them, the Old Testament. Deuteronomy 19, verse 21, refers to life for life, or an eye for an eye, because that was the law that the people were under because of this big mess that Adam caused for mankind. Um, there were all these laws that were very hard for people to live up to. And because it says in Deuteronomy, life for life, life shall go for life, and the first Adam failed, the second Adam, Jesus, in order to make up for that life, that eternal life that Adam, the first Adam, lost for us, Jesus had to give his life to make it possible for us to have that hope of eternal life again. Therefore, that explains why under the law that the people were under at the time that Jesus came, that was the way that things had to be settled. Something equal in quality for something equivalent in the quality had to be given and exchanged. I hope that makes sense. But anyway, we know that Jesus was to be raised up on the third day after he died. Matthew 16, verse 21 says, "From that time forward, Jesus Christ commenced showing his disciples that he must go to Jerusalem and suffer many things from the older men and the chief priests and the scribes, and be killed, and on the third day be raised up." And we know that Jesus knew that his Father Jehovah would raise him up on the third day. Now that we've established why Jesus had to come to the earth and live as a human and die, because he wanted to restore God's original plan for mankind to live in paradise, a paradise earth, under perfect conditions with perfect health, and live forever. Now, a lot of people, this is what I find interesting, a lot of people misread Luke 23, verse 43. And this here is, this is the translation that I prefer here. And it says, "And he," meaning Jesus, and this is while Jesus is waiting to die. He has just been crucified, and he is waiting to die, and he talks to one of the men that was crucified with him, and Jesus said to him, "Truly I tell you today, you will be with me in paradise." Now, the King James Version, down here, of course, it says the same words here, but with the comma in a different place. It says, "And Jesus said unto him, Verily I say unto thee, today shalt thou be with me in paradise." Now, there's two things here I'd like to point out that people misinterpret. A lot of people say that Jesus was telling this man that that day, that man next to him would be with him, with Jesus, in heaven. We've already talked about what Jesus was trying to restore to mankind, which was God's original plan. Adam and Eve were given the paradise Garden of Eden to live in. So the first thing that people misinterpret is Jesus didn't say that you would be with me in heaven. He said, today you will be with me in paradise. Okay, so Jesus said paradise. He did not say heaven here. And another thing is that people argue about the placing of the comma. There's an easy way to get past that, and it's right under our nose here, and I'll get right to that in just a second. Now, when we were just talking about the man that had been crucified with Jesus, and Jesus said to him, "I tell you the truth, today you will be with me in paradise." And, of course, he said paradise, not heaven. Now, where did Jesus go that day? When Jesus died that day, where did he go? Did he go to heaven? Well, of course he was put in a tomb because he died. And then John 20, verse 17, is talking about 3 days later when Jesus was resurrected. And he was approached by Mary Magdalene, and this is what Jesus said to her. Jesus said unto her, Touch me not, for I am not yet ascended to my Father. This is 3 days later after Jesus was crucified. And he's telling Mary he has not yet ascended to his Father. So even Jesus did not go to heaven the day he died. Okay, 3 days later, he's saying, I have not yet ascended to my Father, but go to my brethren and say unto them, I ascend to my Father and your Father, and to my God. This is Jesus saying this. He's going to his God, my God, and to your God. Now that right there answers a lot of questions that people often have, but and the answer is right under their nose. They don't get it. They misinterpret a lot of things. It's very easy if you just kind of go back and forth through the scriptures to answer these questions that people argue about all the time. Now we've established that the reason Jesus came to die was to reverse all the trouble that was brought upon all mankind that we still experience today because of Adam's sin, disobedience to God. Now, of course, everything hasn't been reversed yet. The way has been paved for us to experience the reversal of these things. Of course, we have to be obedient as well. I won't get into all of that right now, though. But Revelation 2:7 says, He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. To him that overcometh will I give to eat of the tree of life, which is in the midst of the paradise of God. Now there's a mention of the tree of life, and there's also that word paradise again.